Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to your Wednesday morning. I just got done doing my Bible study this morning, and I just want to share what it was about and what God was placing on my heart. And it was about this word that, we often struggle with in our own lives, and it's the word patience. And I was going through the book of James, and we see all these different aspects of James. And we start off in James 1, where we see he was just a normal, regular person. He was very ordinary, and the Bible study is called From Ordinary to Extraordinary. And it was just talking about James and his life and how there was nothing special about him, and he even didn't agree with what Jesus was teaching. And we know that James is Jesus' brother, but later on down the line we see how his relationship to Christ becomes so strong that he then becomes an apostle of Jesus, and so he becomes extraordinary after being ordinary. And so he was talking about this word patience in James 1:3, and I'll read it here in just a second. But oftentimes in life, we see how we are not very patient people. We live in a world where you can jump on an airplane and you can go to anywhere in the world in just a matter of days. Whereas opposed to the Bible, if that people want to go on this kind of journey, it would take them weeks, months, years. So we live in a world where we want everything as quick as possible. We live in a world where if we want information in order to learn something and to know what's going on in our life, we can just look it up on the internet and get our answer in seconds. And that's just the kind of world we live in. We live in a world where we want everything handed to us in just a matter of seconds and moments. But that's not what God tells us to do. And so speed comes at a price, right? When we want everything so fast, it comes with a price, and that price is the word impatient. If we keep getting everything so quick and so fast, then we're going to grow adapted to getting everything fast. We're going to get everything so fast that we're going to expect to get everything fast, and it's going to make us impatient. And so to be patient is a requirement for God's plans. If we want to follow what God has planned for our life and what His will is for our life, then we need to learn to be patient. It's literally one of the fruits of the Spirit is patience. And if we are a true follower of Christ and we're exemplifying these fruits of the Spirit, and we're going to exemplify patience. So in order to be in God's will and in His plan, we need to be patient. And we see that David was anointed king, but yet he waited 15 years, and he was suffered many hardships along the way before he even got to touch the crown. So he had to be patient in order to be a part of God's plan and in His will to be king. And so things don't happen overnight. And in my Bible study, I was talking about this analogy, and I really like it. It said, our walk with Christ is a slow cooker as opposed to a microwave. Our life with Christ is a slow cooker opposed to a microwave. We're not going to get everything at the convenience of putting everything in a microwave, but as opposed to a slow cooker. If you know how cooking works, a slow cooker, it takes time. As opposed to put it in a microwave, you're going to get it just like that. But that's not how our walk with Christ will be. That's not how God's plan for our lives is. We need to be patient. We need to be steadfast in what God has planned for us. And James 1:3 says, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. So to be patient means to be steadfast, and we need to be steadfast in His plan. We need to be patient in His plan. And we know that trees don't produce fruit overnight. Trees produce fruit in seasons, just like us. We're going to go through seasons in life where we're not going to get everything that we desire. We're not going to get everything as quick as we want. Me and my wife, we're currently going through that right now as we're working on trying to move to a different place, and we just want everything to be done so fast. We just want everything to be done the next day, and it's just really causing all this stress and all this overwhelming anxiety inside our minds, and it's just making it hard to focus on the joy that God has placed in our life and everything that He is doing for us. But we just need to understand that we just need to take things one day at a time and be patient for what God has planned for us, because in the end, His plan is greater than what we could ever imagine. And Sonny said something that really, really touched me the other day, and she said, sometimes you have to sacrifice comfortability to find your joy or to find peace. And that comes with patience. We have to be patient and sacrifice, not comfortability, because it's going to be a change. It's going to take time for us to adapt. So I just pray that if there's something you're going through and you're struggling with this idea of patience, I just pray that you would just pray and ask God to give you this spirit of patience. I just pray that you would just ask Him to get you through this season of waiting, and that He would just guide you through and lead you through. Because faith doesn't always deliver us immediately, but it always carries us through. So it may not happen immediately, but it will eventually carry you through. So that's my prayer for you guys, and I hope you enjoy your day and have a great day.